This is a time in your life when you still had your choices.
I've done everything from Mrs. Doubtfire to Gandalf. I like doing the British accent a lot, or sometimes a Scottish accent. I just hear it in my head, sort of, and then it just comes out. I've been doing them since I was a kid, so I'm a voice actor. Could have heard me on radio, you could have heard me on TV. I've done national ads, I've been in movies, I've done narrations. I had influenza A and pneumonia, and I was on ECMO, and I was probably unconscious for over 30 days.
So when Glenn came in, he was needing quite a bit of oxygen. Even just to sit on the edge of the bed, we had to bump him up to probably 5 to 6 liters. So he was very deconditioned, very low endurance, and just overall would fatigue very quickly with any sort of simple activities.
When I heard he was a voice actor, I was really kind of surprised just because his voice was so weak when we first started working together. So I think it really just spoke to how much, this illness had taken it out of him and really wreaked havoc on his body. And it ultimately kind of gave us a sense of we have a lot of things that we need to get back to doing.
I've never met a voice actor, and that's just the fun part about this job. You just never know who you're going to meet and what stories they have to share and who they are. So I knew immediately that we had to tie that into therapy somehow.
We did a few different exercises where he was practicing monologues the same way that you would get a script if you were a voice actor. And that allowed him to practice those different varying pitches and frequencies and put that extra work on the system. Voice actors and musicians and singers, those types of people that have that background have such a holistic understanding of the speech mechanism. Most of those people have done voice exercises their entire life. So something that would take somebody else a few sessions to pick up, Glenn would pick up in about 10 minutes. So it allowed us to have a lot more creative freedom in how we approached his treatment.
Therapy's been a lot of just getting my whole body back into shape again. My body was depleted of all of its energy, any stamina, strength. The thing I've learned is that it is a process, it takes time, it's like starting over.
I guess what people don't really realize is how integral our voice is to our identity. But when it comes to somebody like Glenn, his voice wasn't just his identity. His voice was also an integral part of his living, right? It's a part of how he makes money and moves through his life. For him, it was starting to get that identity back, but also getting him to a point where we could even consider getting back to paying his bills and living his life.
I'm trying to get my voice back to where it's supposed to be because I have work waiting for me.
We went from celebrating him just being able to get up out of bed and walk to the door of his room to the point where we're walking all the way down the hallway and talking at the same time. It's really a drastic change in his function.
As the weeks went on, it was just really fun to enter his room, to hear the voices, to hear the stories.
What do you see that I don't see?
I think even more than his physical progress, that progress and just seeing him be himself again was really touching.
I think that the biggest point is just how integral our voice is to who we are as people. And when we lose it, then people don't realize how jarring that can be because it takes part of us away. And so getting to give that back to him was just really, really important.